So today doing a little tear down on some old household plugs. Pretty straightforward stuff. We've got our central screw that we can take out. 2 screws down the bottom. They hold just the wire that goes inside your plug. So not too difficult to deal with. Once we get those 3 screws out nicely, we can then just pop the back off, and we can see that base is there, and we've got some flat heads inside for the wire connections. I'm going to use a chisel because I don't have my small screwdriver on hand. As you can see, there's a bit of crap in here built up, a bit of rust. So this plug, wherever it came from, I would say has been contaminated with water, but it all comes out easily enough. And then we can just give these pins a nice little tap, and that will draw those out. And then we can grab them with the pliers and pull them out the last little bit nicely, hopefully. This is the one that was in most rusted. And give it a twist just to free up that hole slightly, and then he should come out relatively nicely. It's been a little stiff. There we go. That removes that. So that'll leave us then with, I've got a few bits here from another plug that I've taken. So we've already got a little bit of cable here. We've got the brass pin, so we take the screws out of those. There's another one there. Again, shouldn't really use a chisel for this, but it is thin enough and it does the job. Just to remove that screw, which is in there quite well. So we can add that to the little brass pile. Another screw on this one, which is just digging in slightly, so we can hold that with the pliers just to get a better grip, and then hopefully loosen this screw off, which, as you can see, is quite stiff due to that rust that was inside, but it is coming slowly. It would help if the pliers would stay nicely gripped. Nearly there. Let's try these. Might have a bit more grip with these. Like I say, just due to that rust that's in there, it has bound that screw a little bit more. And that gives us another piece of brass there. There's another one there. And there. We've got another screw in there. Take that one out. That's another piece of brass. We've got one there with another connector just on the top. So just give that a little file, and that is indeed brass, so that can stay on there. This one here, we just need to remove this screw, which again appears to be a rusty one. Which might not come out. I think this one is too far gone, so we'll just cut that cable off there like that. And then we've got another one here, but this one's also got a copper connection, so just keep that to one side separate for a second. Bit of cable, another brass, another one there, a bit more cable, a couple of fuses, piece of plastic. Now we've got all these little bits here So what I do with those, because sometimes these screws are brass, what I would do is just run over all of that with a magnet, and all of these are no good. So we just chuck those in the screw bin, and that leaves us with a couple more bits of brass. And then we've got these, which very easily pliers on, twist, and that will remove our copper, usually in one nice swoop. This one has been a bit stiff today. There we go. So that gives us our brass there and our copper there. And again, so we'll clip onto the brass and pull off that copper on there. Now there is another screw there that I have missed. I'll check that on the magnet. It is indeed magnetic, so we'll throw that away. So out of these 3 plugs, as you can see, got a nice amount of brass there, which is good. So we'll add that into our brass bucket. A couple of little bits of copper into our copper over there, and lastly a few bits of cable which we can add to our cable bin. And that just leaves us with our plastic then from those plugs and 3 fuses, which we'll put in the fuse pot over there to test to see if they're any good. Thanks for watching. If you could be so kind to drop a like or a comment of what you'd like to see stripped down next, that would be much appreciated. And of course, anyone that is willing to subscribe is also a great help. Thank you for watching.